So new data in violent crime shows that the city of Detroit has dropped significantly, and because of that, several community groups have been rewarded for this. Well, joining us now in studio is Zoe Kennedy, Director of Public Safety of Force Detroit. Zoe, appreciate you, man.
Thanks for having me here.
Thank you for coming in here. So, look, you guys have been putting boots on the ground for a number of years.
Yes.
Before we get to what has been happening lately,
Yes.
Do you ever get a time to sit back and look at the progress that you guys have helped the city of Detroit make?
Yes. I look at the progress and the partnership with the city of Detroit as far as when it comes to allowing community to lead safety efforts. That's a lot of progress, and it hasn't happened in a span of years. It's been decades, like a decade.
It's before our generation.
Yes, there's organizations working with law enforcement, working with the city in a community-driven way, right? And they have allowed community to be a part of the solution, and for us to use some of our methods to address some of the concerns that we are dealing with.
Look, man, for all the good that you all have been able to do in helping the city of Detroit, we've seen this week, in the past 2-3 weeks, the job is not over.
Not at all.
There's still families that are being broken up, teenagers who aren't able to get out and enjoy the summer because they have to be in fear or they lost a friend or so.
Right.
So what does the work look like for you guys in trying to help this recent trend of violence go down and go away?
First and foremost, having a real analysis on the culture to be able to address it, to be able to identify it, to be able to come up with a solution. I don't want to say it's been difficult, but there are nuances to violence. Social media wound up being one of them. Pandemic, it changed things. So we're making sure that we stay connected with the individuals we need to stay connected with, so we'll be ahead of the disrespect that leads into some of these altercations or some of these things that wind up being tragic. Making sure the mental health of our teams. At Force Detroit, it's important that, like, people suffer vicarious trauma.
Right.
And we make sure our team is trauma-informed so they understand what they're going through, when they're going through it, and that we're showing up the best way we possibly can for a community. We're also invested in cross-neighborhood coordination. So dealing with other organizations, shot-stopper organizations that's not a part of shot-stoppers. We do cross-neighborhood coordination with multiple organizations and multiple community influencers to be able to address some of the things that we confronted with in our communities.
What's the message you want to give some of these families as they let their kids go out to camp, let their kids go to the playgrounds, as they get out, they want to go to the block parties or go to Belle Isle? What's the message you want to give them to say, hey, look, you deserve to feel safe wherever you go in the city of Detroit, even if it's your neighborhood?
Well, one, our goal is, or what we do when we do community-based violence intervention, is to identify those highly impacted individuals who've been impacted by a cycle of violence.
Right.
But the goal is to make it to the home. The household is the most valuable thing in our society. Yeah. Because what you do in there determines how the individual comes out and show up in the world. So with those families, I will let them know that there are resources available, and I will let them know to be a part of establishing new norms. Now that we have community members at the forefront of safety, we need the rest of the community, which is the parents, the household, to advocate to make sure that this is permanent, that it doesn't get snatched out of community, because we know that this was funded by the ARP dollars, the American Rescue Plan dollars, and we know that that was 2 years worth of funding. So these organizations had 2 years worth of funding. After that, the American Rescue Plan dollars are gone. We don't want these efforts and we don't want this progress and this impact to leave community. So I would say be a part of the solution, understand some of the science and some of the methods that are being used to address gun violence in our community, and advocate for this to be a permanent fixture in community, because it not only does something for the participants, it does something for individuals like myself who have been impacted by violence, who has been incarcerated, who do have or has leadership skills that can be utilized by community.
So, Force Detroit, look, they give me the rap, man, but I appreciate the work you guys do. Keep doing the good work. Keep fighting the good fight, man. And we'll be right back.
Thank you.